Jordan, man, it's game day.
It's game day. Game day, baby.
Game day against the Cats.
Cats. Wow.
Oh man, beat the hell out of them, man. I mean, you know how I feel about Kentucky.
The same way I feel about Alabama football.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I think we all share that same sentiment right there with Kentucky football. Not Kentucky football, Kentucky basketball and Alabama football, honestly.
yeah, absolutely.
And
It's
just
it's a mutual hatred.
they're the blue bloods, they're the gold standard. I mean, all time in both sports, and Tennessee don't like them. I mean, let's
No.
just call it what it is, and they don't like Tennessee. So this should be a fun one today, man. But I am coming to you live from the Bluegrass State today, since I will be at the
Ooh.
game, man. I mean, just a lot of fun up here. Lexington is a okay city. I'll say that. I can't even call it a city, man. It's a town. That's what I've always said about
The
Lexington.
township.
Yeah, Lexington Township, man. It's not a real city. There's no real city in this state. I mean, you think about it, Louisville. I mean, I don't even want to go to what I think about Louisville. And then Lexington is worse than Louisville. I mean, start bench cut cities in Kentucky, like what we did the other day with Jay from Religiously Kentucky Sports. Start bench cut Louisville, Lexington, none of them. Start none of them every single time.
Absolutely. It's not even a question.
Yeah, bench Louisville because it's the closest thing to a real city that they have. And then Lexington, man, there's too much blue and people walk around and meow at you. I'm not here for it.
It's kind of like Athens. You get barked at.
Yeah, but you get meow, meow, meow.
Meow, meow. I got
Right.
cats. I hear enough of it.
Man, I don't know how you do it. Only good cat's a dead cat.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that. Pete is going to come try to cancel us, but Pete, I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of you. Well, man, let's jump right into it, man. So tonight, the Tennessee Volunteers take on the Kentucky Wildcats at Rupp Arena. Both teams are ranked in the top 10, so really big matchup. Already one of the biggest matchups year in and year out, not just in these two teams scheduled, not just in the SEC, but in all of college basketball. So really, really big game today. Game is on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central tonight. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Matchup predictor is giving Tennessee a 57.7% chance to win the game at Rupp Arena. And the get-in price, if anybody is looking to still make the trip up, $155 to get in. So,
Not bad.
Not bad. It's a little on the pricey side just for the get-in price, but man, it's about to be a basketball game today that we're going to have in front of us.
Yeah, dude. It's this is going to easily be the biggest game of the year, I think, outside of maybe that rematch with South Carolina after the other night for us.
Yeah, I mean, well, man, I'm going to say this. I think that, Tennessee going to Rupp, it's a place Tennessee's not had a lot of success in the past, and it's going to kind of drive Tennessee to do something a little bit more in this game, honestly. Tennessee's all-time record is something I'm trying to pull up right now, but, you've not done well in Rupp in the past.
Not many have. It's definitely not an easy place to play. That's for sure.
No, it's not. And it's a really large arena. It's a really, really tough place to play. And there's a lot of history that goes on there as well. I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, it's a historic venue in college basketball,
is.
first off. Beautiful place. My hotel's right next to it right now. So I was looking out the window earlier, man. I mean, just kind of a crazy place. But, man, this game has been played on a twice a year basis since 1910.
Wow.
Just talk about it that way. Tennessee's all-time record in the series is 77 to 160, but that's the most any team has ever won against Kentucky still at the end of the day.
Right.
The away record for Tennessee in this is not good.
Ooh.
It is 20-93. Yeah,
man. So that they're good for one every 10 trips. It sounds like.
Don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that.
Hey, this is the 10th trip.
It is. It is today. We're gonna call it that at least. Home record for the Volunteers in this series is 52-59. Going back to it, the last time that the Volunteers had a win inside of Rupp Arena was back in 2021. where Keon Johnson, Jaden Springer, and Santiago Vescovi just absolutely balled out in this game. Going to it right here, the final score on that was 82-71.
Kentucky was kind of down that year, were they not?
They were. So through that point in the season, back in 2021, Tennessee had an overall record of 13-4, 6-4 in the SEC, where Kentucky was 5-12 overall and 4-6 in the SEC. But that was Tennessee's last victory inside of Rupp Arena. You kind of go into what some of the guys did. Keon Johnson, 27 points. Jaden Springer, 23 points. And Santiago Vescovi only had 3 points. Sorry. I was thinking about Josiah Jordan-James having the bigger game. But Santi did a lot of little things in this game, and people don't realize that. Josiah Jordan-James had 10 points in this game. Victor Bailey Jr. had 9. That's not a guy I've thought about in a while, but you've only got 2 guys on this team that were on that team that went up there and got that last win. So I think that those guys are really going to be looking to have a big game. I hope that they can, because if they do tonight, we're not going to have any issues, man. I mean, the 2 fifth-year seniors are what Tennessee needs to kind of work on some things right here a little bit,
Yeah, well, they need to get right for this game, and Kentucky's not a team to get right against. That's not what I'm saying, but they need to come out and have a good game for Tennessee to have a shot tonight.
You have to, man. I mean, like I said, matchup predictor 57.7% in Tennessee's favor. So it makes me feel more comfortable going into this. But it's kind of like what I said the other night when we recorded with Jay. And if you guys haven't had a chance to go listen to it, I highly recommend Jay from Religiously Kentucky Sports. Lots of really good information he gave on the show about the Kentucky Wildcats. But both teams, had really bad weeks this week. Tennessee lost to South Carolina in Thompson-Boling Arena at the Food City Center. Kentucky lost to Florida at Rupp Arena in overtime, but albeit they still lost. So
right.
You're looking at 2 teams that both need a big win, and one team is going to feel really good about what happens tonight. And they're going to be like, okay, earlier in the week was just a fluke, where the other one, man, they're going to kind of be sitting there and they're going to be like, okay,
what's going on?
What's going on? They're going to be looking for answers. And I think the key for Tennessee to really win this game is going to be your free throws in this. You can say that about any game, but it means a lot more in this one. I mean, kind of look into what Tennessee did against South Carolina at the free throw line. Tennessee only shot 60% from the field, 12 of 20 from the line. And then going back to that Vanderbilt game a week ago today, Tennessee ended up shooting 14 of 22 from the line. So out of the past 42 attempts, you've hit 26 of them. That's not good enough.
Not good.
No.
We talked about it last night on the show, man. Tennessee is in the middle of a free throw shooting slump to an extent. And this is going to be a close game. Those free throws that you miss are going to matter. Got to limit them.
Hashtag HYFT is the thing, man. I'm going to say this, and shout out to our buddy Tyler Ivins. Tyler, if you're watching this, let's go get a beer over here in Lexington, man. I know you're up here after listening to the show yesterday, but I hate watching basketball where they can't hit the free throws. It's free. It's literally free points. Like, I don't understand it, man. And Tennessee has just not had, a great, I'm going to call it what it is. The last game that Tennessee played where I was like, I really feel comfortable about this was the Alabama game 2 weeks ago today.
Yeah. That was the last, what I would say, really good game Tennessee's played.
Yeah, I mean, you've only played 2 games since then. So because you had the midweek bye in the prior week, then you went to Nashville and faced off against Vanderbilt. Then you went back to the 865 and played the Chickens from South Carolina. But man, I mean, it's not how it should be right now. Tennessee's the 5th ranked team in the country. You have to play like you're the 5th ranked team in the country. And if you're not, that's fine. But why do you even get out of bed? I mean, guys like Jonas Adu need to show up tonight. Zakai Ziegler, get your face off the balling out milk carton. Don't want to see your face on there anymore, man. I mean,
it hurt my heart to put him on there the other night.
I mean, that's like, man, I mean, other than Dalton Connect, Z's the best. I mean, my favorite player by far. And
right.
it really sucks, man, that we had to put him on there. But I mean, just the piss poor performance against South Carolina really kind of shows, and you can't have it be replicated again today.
Absolutely not, man. Well, it's like this right here, man. If those boys can't get up for that game tonight, they need their pulse checked because this is a big game, huge game.
Well, and it's not even just that, man. I mean, you kind of think about what the rest of college basketball's doing today. I mean, you've got Duke and North Carolina. You've got Kansas and Houston and Tennessee and Kentucky. Spoiler alert, Tennessee, Kentucky is the nightcap to cap off
Woo-hoo!
the biggest day of college basketball so far this year.
Wow.
I mean, that's all top 10 matchups I just gave you right there. Duke and North Carolina.
Saturday.
Yeah, man, a wild Saturday. Great day for basketball. But, Duke and Carolina, number 3 versus number 7. Houston and Kansas, number 4 versus number 8. Tennessee versus Kentucky, number 5 versus number 10, man. I mean, you want to talk about a great day of basketball. This is it right here.
Another day of highly executed basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just surgical almost.
It's rivalry day.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I want to know what the biggest upset's going to be today because it always happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, man. Out of those teams in the top 10, not a single one of them is going to be upset if they lose to each other. Like, if Tennessee drops to Kentucky, it's not going to be an upset. If, Houston falls to Kansas, that's not an upset. And if Carolina falls to Duke, that's not an upset. There's going to be another one, across the top 25 today. And I think that, you're going to see something else happen today that's kind of wacky and you don't really know how to explain it. But, man, that's why we love college hoops at the end of the day. There's so much parity that goes in with it. And it's just the best version of the sport, man. It really is.
Right. Give me a bold prediction for this game tonight.
Bold prediction for this game, man. Josiah Jordan James is going to have 30 points. No, I'm kidding. I can't say that. I think Josiah Jordan James actually does have a really good game. Dalton Connect's going to get his points at the end of the day. It's no question to anybody in America at this point if Dalton Connect's going to do his thing. But who else is going to show up? It needs to be one of the other guys like Ziegler. I think the Ziegler is going to be fine. He's going to do what he normally does. Adu needs to do what he normally does. I have some questions because Kentucky has some size, may be able to cause some issues for him right there. But one of your 2 fifth years has to stand up today for Tennessee to get the win, whether it be Santiago Vescovi or Josiah Jordan James. And, man, Josiah knows what this rivalry means. If there's going to be a get-right day. Oh, yeah, both those guys know. But there's going to be a get-right game for a guy like Josiah. It's got to be today. Sure. So my bold prediction is Josiah Jordan James scores at minimum 15, and Tennessee walks out of Rupp victorious by about 3 points. What's your bold prediction for the day, brother?
I'm going to say Santi hits 5 threes. 5 threes.
Ooh, okay, hey. Okay. I like it. It's spicy. I like it.
It is. And it could happen. If the kid that we were talking about last night, was it Wagner, is guarding him?
Yeah.
Toast him from 3. Just do it. That's what I'm hoping for.
Hey man, I hope so too. I really do.
And if he does that, the Vols win by 10 plus.
Man, I think that this game is a lot closer than 10 plus.
Oh, I do too. But I'm saying if we're going bold, buddy.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, Tennessee is almost at 58% on the matchup predictor via ESPN. So ESPN does like the Volunteers' chances on this. Kind of touching what teams have done in the SEC. Your top half of the SEC right now. I mean, Alabama's still sitting at 1. South Carolina has moved into a share of second place with Auburn. Tennessee is in third place with the midweek bye, having that half game back. That kind of causes that for Tennessee. And by the way, I'm going to say this. Midweek bye in basketball does nothing for nobody. This is the first year the SEC's tried to do it. Get rid of this. This is pointless. I mean, it may help if you got a team that's really injured, and I see why they wanted to do it. But at the same time, it doesn't do anything for anybody.
It don't. Just
no.
If nothing else, it hurts them more than anything. It don't help, but it hurts to me. If
Oh
you're a
yeah,
team playing your best ball and you got to take a week off, kills any momentum you've got.
Tennessee.
Word up.
I mean, it really did. But Tennessee's sitting in third place right now, half game up on Ole Miss and Kentucky. And Florida is also in that realm right there with Ole Miss, Kentucky, Florida, and then Georgia rounds out the next line on that right there. In this game, Tennessee and Kentucky have very similar records. Both teams are 15-5 on the year, 5-2 in conference for Tennessee, 5-3 in conference for the Cats. So you're looking at two teams that are very evenly matched with great coaching, and I think we're in for a fun one tonight, man. So you gave your bold prediction for the day, man. Give me your score prediction. What do you legitimately think is going to end up happening tonight at Rupp Arena?
I'm with you. It's going to be a close game. I'm not going to pick Tennessee to lose. I'm going to say it's going to be a high scoring game up and down the court. I'm going to say Vols 83, Cats 81.
Ooh, man. That's the one I gave on Thursday when we recorded with Jay. Man, I'm going to change it up a little bit today. Tennessee wins in overtime with a final score of 93-91.
Ooh.
Buzzer beater, Dalton Connect from half court. Okay, now that's going crazy right there. But
that's bold.
Man, how fun would that be? Oh my God.
Would be wild.
I'd be going south on 75, getting back to the best state in America, just screaming Rocky Top the whole way.
Coal miners wouldn't be able to stand you, buddy.
Send them back to the coal mines, man. But man, I mean, this is going to be a fun one today. Like I said, I really think that Tennessee has a great chance. It wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee loses this game. I'm going to be the first person to say it, but it wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee wins as well.
It's one of those games, man, where both teams are coming off of losses, and it's crazy, man, because it would not surprise me one bit if Tennessee blew Kentucky out. Would not surprise me one bit if Kentucky blew Tennessee out. It's one of those type games. You just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you're right on that, man. It always seems to go that way. Kind of talking like what we did with Jay on Thursday night whenever we released that and recorded. We kind of talked about some favorite memories in the series. And me and Jay both picked from that 2018-2019 year where Tennessee was the best team in the country for the majority of the year. And, Tennessee went up to Rupp Arena and just got absolutely killed. I don't have the full stats in front of me, but your boy can find that one pretty easy right here. So we're going back to 2019. Hotel internet is not the best, but give me just 1 second, y'all. But Tennessee took the trip up to Rupp Arena in that year and just really didn't play well. I mean, if we're talking about it, 2018-2019, Tennessee lost by a final score of 86-69. Well, 3 weeks later, they took the return trip back down to Knoxville, and Tennessee won 71-52. This series has a lot of stuff like that going to where Tennessee's not able to, really control the series. But at the end of the day, man, Tennessee's the better team this year, in my honest opinion. And I think that Tennessee can and will come out victorious in this one. But, man, I think it's about time I head over to the arena. What do you think?
Heck yeah, man. Enjoy yourself, buddy. Enjoy yourself.
I'm going to, man. I'm going to be screaming Rocky Top if you guys see somebody crazy wearing orange on TV. It might be me in the lower bowl. So,
hey, give it all you got, buddy. Drink one for me, too.
I got you, brother. I got you. Well, as always, man, go Vols and send them back to the coal mines today, baby.
Go back to the coal mines.